Hey guys, it's me, Dr. Fez, and I'm so excited today. I'm going to get to sit down with Hamza Haq, the lead actor of Universal's hot new show, Transplant. You know, he's talking doctor things. So let's get into it.
Brother, thank you so much for actually sitting down with me. I was able to actually get a bit of a glimpse into Transplant, the first couple of episodes. It hasn't dropped on Africa yet, but I'm so excited for the African audience to see it. How are you feeling about it?
I feel good, man. Like I'm in Joburg right now, so like, yeah. You know
what? You're lying.
Hold on, like, can you see? Yeah, you know what I mean.
The sun's out.
Yeah, exactly. So like, it's very exciting, you know, for like for it to drop here. You know what I mean? It's a completely different, like the, you know, like the culture and the way Muslims are received in this country is so much different than North America. So like I'm excited to see the impact it'll have here.
I know watching the show, and I was able to actually give a bit of my insight into it. You guys nailed a lot of the medical jargon. And there are a number of medical shows that are out there, but I think yours is underpinned with all that heart. But as an actor, that's something that you might be accustomed to. Medical side of it, though, I'm pretty sure you can attest. It's almost like a different language. How did you get your head around it?
I mean, I'm Pakistani, right? So like this is really what I was supposed to be doing. So like, you know, I started university like trying to study neuroscience and stuff like that. Like my mother's has a, you know, she's got a master's in organic chemistry. My dad's an electrical engineer. So like we were all supposed to. I say we, like I'm the youngest of four siblings. We were all supposed to do these you know, these academic things. Yeah. Right.
Watching it, you were pretty good in your hand-eye coordination type stuff, right? And mostly in movies, I know you do tactical training when you want to look like you're somebody who's well-versed in the mannerisms and everything else. You didn't just sound it, you were able to execute it. Did you guys do anything like that?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've been doing it for like 10 years and I still was quite impressed.
Mess up a stitch or two here and you were just like, no, don't worry, it's supposed to be like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't know. I'm the doctor here, you don't know.
I did 10 years. But did you guys do anything kind of similar to that?
Yeah, we meticulously prepared and choreographed every single medical procedure that we did. So like every episode has its own, you know, like something goes down in every episode, as you see in like any medical drama. Yeah. And we rehearsed all of them, like from the dialogue, the timing, the medical procedures themselves. Like we had doctors and, you know, nurses and everything, like teach us how to do these things, choreograph like where the leads go, exactly, you know, like what a large bore IV is, what side it's going to go on, who's going to be doing what. If there's like 6 people like in the ER at one time, who's going to be doing what, who's ducking under what. Like it was you know, it was like this dance, and you guys all have to do it on the fly, which is amazing, you know. And we're doing is like, all right, let's go again. Okay, cool. And then, you know, we plug it in the wrong place and we're just like, all right, cool, let's just go again.
Okay, so I spent 10 years still pushing at it, and you got it in the space of a couple of weeks.
I mean, you're actually saving lives, right? We have like rubber dummies and stuff like that. So like, you know, like the stakes aren't as high, I'll have to say.
There's levels. There's levels. The other part of this is the heart of the story. And I feel like if you want to interpret the term transplant, you can kind of interpret it in a number of ways. But I almost feel like you were taken from the setting that you were in as Bashir, and you're put into the United States. You have all the practical skills. You know, ABC is going to equal this, but within that context, you're being rejected because of where you're coming from, because of the inconsistencies that are as a result of the war that's going on there. How did you tackle that, and how close is that to you? I mean, you talk about being Pakistani and everything else that's around it.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, this great, like, you know, I've done a couple of these interviews and nobody's actually talked about, you know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
You know, like as in like will the transplant take, you know what I mean? Like that's the kind of thing. So essentially that's kind of it. Like, you know, we're just seeing if it's a good fit, like in terms of like, I think Bashir is just, he gets taken from, you know, you can either take it like from after what happens in the first episode, he gets transplanted into the hospital, or he gets taken from Syria and gets transplanted to Canada, and whichever way you want to take it. It's kind of to see like if if it'll work properly, like if it'll be organic, like if the blood will pump, if you'll be able to survive there. And I think in a way, like I saw a lot of that with my dad and my parents specifically, like immigrating to Canada, like taking this risk to see like, all right, man, we got to provide for our kids. And essentially like there is that element of like always feeling like you're like on the outside, like you are the foreign object that is trying to fit into this thing. But does that mean that you can't contribute in a very meaningful way? And I think that's the drone note of the entire series, where you see this thing that comes from someplace else, but it's kind of the saving grace of the entire system.
My other thing that really gives the heart to the show, it's not just kind of you and your sister, it's also you and Dr. Jed. And John is such a prolific actor. I mean, how was it working with him? Because you guys really do have good chemistry.
I mean, it was like, again, it was one of those very organic things. Like I grew up watching this man, right? Like, I mean, how many times like I feel like we're like roughly the same age. If not, I'm probably a little bit older than you or something.
Yeah, you're 1 year. You're 1990. I'm 29. You 30.
Yeah. So like how much did we watch The Mummy growing up? You know what I mean? Like, right? Like,
and Spartacus.
Spartacus, exactly. You know what I mean? So like I called him like for like the first like month of like program, like for filming, like I called him Dominus. Like I could not, you know what I mean? Like I had to. Right?
So I would have done the exact. I promise you. You say you're in Joburg. Clearly you're somebody who loves South Africa, and I do a deep dive, went to your Instagram, and I think you're going to know the picture that we're talking about. It was May 4th that you posted it. Khalil Kathrad gave you the World Transplant Games jacket from his father, I think it was.
His father. Yeah, he's a transplant survivor, and he competes. He's a long distance runner and has competed all over the world. So that was like the family that I hung out with most while I was in Cape Town. So like when I was leaving the first time, he gave it to me as a gift to be just like, yo, just something to remember us by. And yeah, man, I love that. I thought it was so cool. Yeah.
Just for the people who haven't seen the show and are going to see this before it drops on Monday, what would you say Transplant is about? Just to give them that snippet and why they should watch it. What's the draw?
I mean, Transplant is really like a human story about second chances. All right. I mean, we all want to contribute in a meaningful way. Like, I mean, I said that earlier, but ultimately it's about people trying to find the best way that they can do that, regardless of the circumstances that they find themselves in. I mean, at the top of the show, Bashir is a guy who's exceptionally well trained. He's a medical doctor, and a trauma surgeon, and finds himself working in in like a shawarma shop, just trying to make ends meet. And it's the story of like immigrants all over the world, and then he finds himself in a circumstance where, though his environment has changed, the struggle and the intention behind his hard work hasn't.
From my end, both as a medical doctor and as somebody who enjoys good, entertaining dramas and just medical shows, it was great. And you did really well, brother. And I can't wait for everybody to see it. I know Africa is going to love it. As an African, I know that they're going to love it. And I know the stuff that we resonate with. So thank you so much for sitting with me. I'll see you,
Thanks
brother.
very much for having me.